Hello everyone and welcome back to Candid Coffee. Today I have the lovely Teni Panosian here with me. She is a digital content creator for beauty and lifestyle. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It's a long sentence.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Candid Coffee. I'm so excited to have our current guest today, Teni Panosian. She is a digital... Hello everyone and welcome back to Candid Coffee. I'm very pleased and excited to have my lovely guest, Teni Panosian. I'm sure most of you know that she is a digital content creator for beauty and
Lifestyle,
there you go. And she's dabbled a little bit in acting, and she's here with me today to talk about her new launch of Monday Born.
Yep.
Welcome. I'm so happy to be here. You have
Welcome
a lovely
to
home.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming us here. And it's so nice to be in your little nook and to feel your taste and the warmth of this house that you decorated.
It's nice to have other people here.
I know.
Besides myself.
Yes. You've been kind of alone for a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the most recent exciting thing going on, and it is the launch of Monday Born. And it is called Rebirth Exfoliating Serum with Lactic Acid. I've heard a lot of buzz about it. I do watch your stories, and I love when other makeup artists and beauty ambassadors talk about each other and help each other and support each other. I love it. Tell me about it, and I want to actually see it.
Yeah, please play with it. This is yours.
Thank you.
So, I decided that if I was going to ever go into product, that it would be skincare.
Instead of makeup.
Instead of makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually I will go into color, but I think I wanted to start with this because I think people really know me so much more for
Hyaluronic acid in here?
There is sodium hyaluronate in there, which is
smell that.
a smaller molecule of hyaluronic acid, which penetrates deeper into the skin. But yeah, I think people know me more for like just being minimalist and more focused on skin because I think this is reasonable because skin is so much more important than makeup. No matter how much makeup you pile on, if your skin isn't right, it's just not going to turn out well. So, and I like to go makeup free most days of the week, just a little SPF.
Yes.
I just like it to be makeup optional. So if I can focus more on skincare, that was kind of my goal. So
your first passion to do that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It is a lovely product, and it has a very, very light scent. I know it's
fragrance-free.
Okay.
Cruelty-free, fragrance-free, vegan. We really wanted to focus on making it as clean as possible.
Okay.
And the really special part about this is that we worked with my audience to kind of create the product. So we asked them their preferences, what do you like, what don't you like. A lot of people said no fragrance, no essential oils, nothing coconut derivative because of allergies, things like that. So we really came up with an extremely clean product. It really doesn't get much cleaner than this. So I think, and just because of all the feedback we got from people, we ended up with like an amazing product. I've been using it for a few months, and I've always had texture, kind of pores are more visible, and it's taking care of all of that. So now I'm so excited people finally have it in their hands.
Yes, and you've tested it out for a significant amount of time to see the results.
Yes.
So you wash your face, clean it all the way through, put it on at night, go to bed.
Well, I do like to do a hydrating step after cleansing, which is an essence, which is our second product that we're developing right now.
Nice.
So I'll put the essence on, and an essence, Western market isn't really that familiar with essences, and all of our products. Okay, good. I'll explain to you. All of our products are going to be formulated in Korea.
Okay.
Korea is about 10 years ahead of America when it comes to skincare.
Okay.
So they have all the advancements you can possibly imagine, all of the clean ingredients, all the most recent findings. So they're very big on essences. Essences are it's almost very watery, sometimes milky. The one we're developing is kind of milky in texture, and it's really it's like a liquid. You just put into your hand and press into your skin, and it really, instead of, sometimes when you feel dry, are you oily or dry?
I'm kind of combination.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on the drier side, and so, a lot of times when you're dry, you think, I need the richest, thickest moisturizer, but that's not what moisturizer does, actually. Moisturizer is sort of like it's more sits on the surface and seals in the hydration.
And you can actually see the glossy.
Yeah, so you can absolutely use a moisturizer.
Yes.
But the hydration is what's really going to penetrate into the skin, that really that light consistency. Just kind of press it in, and then you can go over with the moisturizer to sort of seal it with all those emollients in it.
Right.
So that's kind of that's my step. Very easy. Cleanse, essence, rebirth. Sometimes I'll go in with moisturizer, sometimes I won't.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in the morning, always SPF, because it is a lactic acid, and anytime you're using AHAs, BHAs, anything like that, you want to always protect your skin.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the one that you talked about that you're going to be creating, that's the next launch sometime soon.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Very
and I saw in your stories that you are going to go live and give away a couple of things.
Yep.
Is that it, or is that something different?
You're talking about this morning's stories?
Yes.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're doing a live chat. This is what's really special about Monday Born. We're doing it very differently from most brands out there. We're really, my audience they're my co-collaborators. They're really putting their thoughts and opinions and needs into making this. So we have something called the Monday Born Experience, where we asked people to apply for it. We had over 500 people send in their applications, and we chose people from different age groups, different skin types, all over the country, and we do Zoom calls with them.
Okay.
And they have the samples of the essence.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, what we're doing in the live chat is we're basically asking them, so how are you feeling about the essence so far?
Yes, give me your feedback.
Give me your feedback. What can we change? What would you change if you could about the formula?
Okay.
And we're inviting everybody to come kind of just
listen,
and also offer their opinions as well. And a couple people are going to win a sample as well. So it's just, we get to do these fun things with people,
is a lot of fun. That is very much involving them in the decision making.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it really works well when you do that when it is skincare.
Absolutely.
With lips and eyes and makeup, you could just be like, oh, here's a palette.
Right.
Go accordingly to your taste, and it's already done deal. But this is something that is a lot more personal.
Takes a lot more thought.
Yes, absolutely.
How's your coffee, by the way? I hardly ever make Armenian coffee.
It's good. It's very good. I like that you put sugar, because I cannot have bitter coffee.
Me neither. I actually don't ever drink coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I have sad every night.
Nothing? Oh, really?
Every single night.
Just tea, huh? Okay. Okay, well, I love it. I don't usually have Edna. It's an interesting taste.
Oh, I don't know the different. What is there? What else is there?
Hayastansis drink the Colombian queso of queso. I don't even know what that is, but it does not taste like this. It tastes very different. And
he doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah. And then I went to Talad, and she's from Haleb. She gave me a very different coffee.
If you say the name, I'll know which one it is, because I know there's another.
It's like a green package.
Yeah. It starts with an A.
It's in my car.
I feel like it's like an Arabic name,
and it has like a weird cinnamony taste in it.
Yes.
It has like a weird
this rings a bell. Someone told me about this.
Yes.
I forget.
And every person has a different, and I love it. I love drinking different kinds of Armenian coffee or Turkish coffee.
Right.
And, Fars Kahai or Perutsi or Hayasansi house. It's all different, but it's all good because I love coffee. I know people follow you and love you and admire you, and they want to see what you're coming up with next. I love when you have pictures where you're completely makeup free, and I love when you do like the full on.
Yeah.
You had this one like white dress thing, and it was like a golden green eyeshadow.
Oh yeah, that was recently. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just want them to know a little bit about how you got to this point.
Yeah. So it's funny because I would have never thought that this would have been my path, because back in 2009. I was finishing up my master's degree in communication management. So I thought I was going to go into advertising, that I was going to go corporate. But when it was time to like take that leap, like I really went to the very end, and right before I got to the finish line and got a job, I was like, no.
Really?
I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
I knew I wanted to be creative, and I knew that that was something that, you know, I knew what I wanted my life to look like. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. You know? So I knew that creativity had to be a daily thing for me, and it is now, thankfully. Obviously, it didn't start right off the bat. When I made that decision, it was like years of building it up. I acted for a long time. Commercial work kind of kept me afloat because you get residual income from that. But all the while, I was building up my blog, and then I started building up my YouTube channel, doing tutorials, which started with makeup only, then turned into a little more skincare and a little more hair and travel, home.
Fashion.
Yeah, it really unfolded into this entire lifestyle brand.
Wow. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, I'm always surprised, like Lilith has a degree, you have one. I love that you guys went to school. I saw you went to USC.
I sure did.
Awesome.
Fight on.
For your
bachelor's and master's,
Very, very cool. I love that you have that, and a lot of people think like, oh, well, she's beautiful and she could just do makeup, like be a makeup artist, and then maybe have a brand later on, or maybe do modeling or acting or whatever.
Easy.
Yeah, and like you don't need to go to school. And I love that you guys went to school.
And you know what? Here's the thing too.
It's kind of a judgy thing to say.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
And I want my kids to go to school, to go to university, but it wasn't even for the academics. If I really think back to what I was doing during my bachelor's, I was having a lot of fun. You know, I was socializing. I'm not really a social person like that. I was blossoming as a human. So I think college was the time that I really started to get to know who I wanted to be in life. You know, so it was like a growth experience more than anything. Thankfully, when I went into, I recognized that I needed more schooling, because on graduation day I was like, I don't know anything.
I need to keep going.
I was like freaking out. So then I applied for the master's program, and that's when it was just like I worked not full time, part time. I worked and I went to full time school. Wow. And it was like some nights I was watching the sun come up and then going straight to work. Like I was so committed to school at that time. So I'm glad I had both experiences.
Yeah.
But yeah, college is I mean, for so many reasons, great.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it's great. It's just, I'm always so pleasantly surprised when I see that you've gone all the way and gotten a master's. I'm sure maybe you probably would have had some interest in something else and gone for a PhD if you had the time.
I may go get another degree at some point in like classics or history, just because I love learning. We didn't love it then because it was like kind of forced at the time, but now, I mean, I have a study here with books everywhere. I love reading, I love learning. It's just a matter of finding the time.
Nice, absolutely, exactly, finding the time to do it. So a lot of times when I get to my questions a little bit long-winded, given not just right now what's going on, always we women and men and Armenians in our community are always trying to bring awareness. And it doesn't matter if you're someone with a huge podium or small. I love when I see Harush, Diana, Lilith, you, Anna, whoever it is, talk about our people, not just for the genocide, because it's a sad thing and it's unresolved, but just doing something really cool and maybe showing a part of your life with your family and the food and the culture and the music. And I love that about all of you ladies. And in recent times, I like it even more because we feel kind of trapped here and we can't go to our homeland and we're kind of panicking and we're kind of scared and it's kind of uncertain times and scary. And I just love when everyone, even non-Armenians especially, when they are aware, when they talk about current events that aren't making it to NBC and ABC and CNN and whatever. So it's really great that you do that. So thank you.
Of course.
That was a long thing. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for talking about who you are and where you came from. I just admire that so much, and I wanted to kind of get your feedback on how it's been for you.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, the older you get, the more connected you are to your roots. You know, when you're younger, you're kind of trying to like erase a little bit of your,
like,
you know.
why do we have to talk about it all the time?
Yeah, or like, you know, trying to like dye your hair or like try to be different. But the more you know, the older you get, you know, the more you embrace your like your ethnic features for one thing, but also your history, your heritage. And it's funny, like now I enjoy so much sharing that with my audience because it's always a different set of questions every time. It could be something as simple as like the glass that I'm using to pour my Nespresso in, and somebody will ask, oh my gosh, where did you get that glass? They think it's some high-end stuff. I'm like, hi, down the street, you know, like
Venus gift or something.
They think it's something so crazy, and then that gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit more about it. Our foods, torshi, for example, they have no idea what that is when I show it on the table.
I love that aduben you have.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
I know. It's one of my favorite pieces, and I bought that before I bought this house, knowing that, you know, one day I would frame it and that it would become a family heirloom and that I would pass it down to my kids, you know, because it's so special. It's like beautiful. And, you know, it's just one of those things like, you know, when you're young, your parents are always like, you know, like, and you hate it. You hate it. You're like, America, you know. But you grow up and you're just like, I'm so happy they made me speak the language because I'm going to do the same for my kids, you know.
Absolutely.
It's funny because I meet so many people too, some from Boston, some from like Whittier, who are Armenian, who have been here for years and years, you know, like maybe like their grandparents were here, immigrants, you know. They're all Armenian. They may not speak a lick of Armenian, but everyone stays together. You know, it's
because
always
they miss that.
I guess, but it's just like we're such a special people, and it's hard to not be proud of that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's nice to celebrate, especially now when, like, you know, the odds are against us, really, and it's nice to be able to see, like you said, non-Armenians talking about it. It honestly brings me so much joy to see that, and even, you know, in my DMs, you know, I'll get a lot of messages. I have conversations with a lot of Turkish people who are very like reasonable, and they say, you know, we know that this happened. We don't know why it's still so, you know, tense. Like, I hope, you know, one day it can be resolved. It's the most amazing thing to like get so emotional talking about it. It's really amazing. I just love to see people like really want peace more than anything.
Absolutely.
And I think the whole like, you know, oppression and like, you know, being against it is it's like almost a dying breed, you know, it's kind of on its way out, and they can see that it's like everyone's opening their eyes, everyone knows that this is something that happened, like, let's just say it and move on, you know? So, I'm at this point, very, very proud, like, even my boyfriend was like, you know, he grew up in Belgium and he's Moroccan, and he was like, my kids are going to be half Armenian, you know. I need to talk about it
right now. I need to bring awareness right now.
So it's a beautiful thing, as difficult as it is, and as much sad as it is that we're, you know, losing people over there. And you know, I was talking to my friend about it, and she's like, in Armenia, my dad grew up with Azeris everywhere, and everyone's fine, you know. It's all government, and like, you know, it's all it's and then the people suffer for it. So
absolutely.
It's has its bright spots, but it's obviously like a tragic thing that's happening. So I'm hoping for.
I'm actually really happy you told me that, because it gives me a little bit of hope. I know that they're being taught from a young age in schools that it's.
Trust me, I got a lot of messages. Trust me, and it's like. I can't talk to people like that because I know you're not even. It's not even registering. We don't live on the same planet.
Exactly.
You know? But the people who, you know, I'm able to connect with, that are compassionate, that are, you know, reasonable, that
educated,
are willing to acknowledge the truth. I just don't understand. It's like we're not gonna do anything if you acknowledge. It's just a matter of saying
the truth.
Learning from it and moving on. We can we do coexist. We have for how, you know. But it's just hard for Armenia because, you know, we're this nation that's, you know, Christian, that's surrounded by Turkified countries, you know, that really just want to kind of overtake us too. When really it's like, we just want to mind our business.
And just live.
You live, we live.
And kanki
wish you the best.
Exactly. Know? Absolutely. And we just want, I mean, if push comes to shove, of course, any red-blooded human would protect their families.
Of course.
But just leave it alone, and so we can just live.
Yeah,
and
even if Armenia went out and did something that was so wrong,
right?
I wouldn't be like, yes, good job. You know, you have to acknowledge right from wrong at the end of the day. That doesn't mean anything about, you know, all it does is move us forward as a human race.
Right, absolutely.
Period, you know.
And a little bit, I have to give you guys credit. I mean, you're an adult. You have tough skin. You're gonna take it, but it could
I don't really.
No, you don't.
Actually,
you're like,
very.
I'm so fragile. I'm a tulip.
No, really. It's actually like it puts such a damper on my day. I actually really hate it because it makes me think like, wow, people have so much hate.
Yes. But I was saying, like, you kind of take it because you have a public page. They can kind of say whatever they want, even on your pictures. You have to sit there and block them or educate them.
I actually blocked certain words and certain flags from appearing on my.
Oh, comments. You can do that?
The more you know.
I had no idea.
For years. You know, every time you talk about the genocide, obviously.
They pop up.
Yeah. So. Nobody's seen it in years on my page.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, good. Dulce, then now you won't have to worry about it.
Because it's like, you know, for
how
them,
much can I?
For them, it's also like almost like a task. Like they're put out there to do that.
Yes.
Some of them, and it's like, you know, it's spam at the end of the day. It's nothing more than spam. So I'm just really blocking spam.
Yeah. Okay. Love it. Well said. That's well said. Okay, good. I had no idea that was an option, and I'm glad you did it because it could be very draining. That was the point. Like you guys have to take these bullets all the time, especially right around April.
Right.
But thank you for doing that, and all the other ladies I mentioned earlier. I know you're kind of stuck with the whole acting thing. You can't do anything just yet, or big events for makeup. You can't do anything just yet.
No launch party for Monday Born.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But where do you want this to go once everything has kind of calmed down?
You know, I would love to get back to what I was doing before, which is, you know, my partnership with YSL. It's very important to me. I love working with them. It was put on hold, but we're kind of slowly easing back into it. Obviously, no events, no traveling just yet, but I would love to get back to that. I just really would love to
feels so
have
gratifying.
Some normalcy.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot how much I really enjoy traveling, because when I bought my home, I was more like, I want to stay here because I was always traveling so much, you know. Right. And then you take it for granted, and now I'm just like, oh, I want to get out there.
Yes, absolutely.
So I would love to get back to that.
Awesome. Yeah. I wish that for you. I wish for everyone who feeds off of that creativity, like you said, because it propels you, it encourages you, inspires you. And it is kind of, it sucks because you're kind of stuck, but you are not wasting time because you have this little baby.
That is the silver lining for me this year, because it really allowed me to buckle down. I mean, starting a brand is not easy.
Right.
In fact, it's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it's so gratifying just to see people started getting their orders yesterday, the day before, basically this week, and just hearing the feedback already, I'm like, this is the best drug ever.
Yes, it's so validating.
Feels so good to hear people. Because for months I've been trying it, you know, me and like a small group of, you know, people who've been testing it, and I'm just like, finally the world can like see what I've been talking about all this time.
I'm excited to try it.
Yes, I hope you love it.
I have, you know, some red spots, discoloration in my skin.
Excellent for that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah, absolutely. I actually, little fun fact, I went to esthetician school back a long time ago.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna say, actually, I mean, not necessarily esthetician, but like your makeup is really pretty.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Lisa Lure did my makeup. I have been doing my makeup a lot of times for my show because she's not always available, but she's a fantastic makeup artist.
It's beautiful. I love it.
And yeah, I loved doing facials, getting facials, and trying different things. I've tried everything from Murad to...
it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. There was another one. I don't remember. I'll find out and I'll tell you. But yeah, I'm excited for this, and I want to see the next one that's going to be coming out. I know you're going to do some giveaways. I'm happy that you have a brand that is very different. Not to say that other ones are not doing it right, but I love, you know, different strokes for different folks. You like to do it this way and get a lot of feedback from your customers, clients, friends, followers. Yeah. It's great. And
our business model is different too, because we're not retail. We're direct to consumer.
Eminence.
What's that? Oh, Eminence! All of a sudden it came out.
Yeah,
I've actually never heard of that.
Yeah, it's
Eminence.
really good. Eminence.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really
All
good.
right,
Just
I'll remember that.
try and see.
You said it's
very
like a spa in Burbank?
raw organic spa.
Okay.
They carry it, but it's like a Hungarian brand or
Oh.
something like that.
Eminence.
It's from across the ocean.
Okay.
But it's been around for a while. Just smell it.
Okay.
Maybe you might like something in it. And
I like oils and stuff.
yeah,
Stuff like that.
serums.
Serums, oils. Yeah,
yeah.
I love all of that.
Nice. Yeah, they have a huge. Sorry, I totally cut you
No,
off.
it's okay. So our business model is different in that, you know, we are direct to consumer, but we do it in drop style, which means, you know, you hear about drops all the time with fashion, with sneaker culture. You know,
Yes,
you
yes.
have drops with sneakers. People line up for sneakers.
Yes.
It's like a thing. It's part of that culture.
Yes, absolutely.
It hasn't been done in beauty before, and the advantage of it is there's so many advantages to it, and you can really see, first of all, how the world has been affected by COVID. A lot of retail has had to shut down.
Yes.
80% sales are down, things
Yes.
like that. That's kind of major. No foot traffic in the stores. That's a big hit for businesses. So for us, you know, doing it in drop model, it keeps our cost down and it allows us to keep our prices lower for
Okay.
products. Our competitors are like $90, $100 for a product like this, and it's not even as good.
Good. Yeah.
But
Each come out.
58.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So half price.
yeah, so that's one advantage. Another advantage is every single drop that closes, the drop periods are about 4 to 5 weeks. Once that drop closes, a brand new fresh batch is made.
Right. So
So
nothing's
shelf life, you know,
Yes.
you order 10,000 units, it sits in a
Yes.
warehouse
Yes.
for how long?
Yes, that's a
You don't
good
know if it's
idea.
temperature controlled, so you get a fresh batch every
time.
single
Yeah,
time.
you have a big bulk, get rid of it in young
Yeah.
commits, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
start fresh.
And
Yeah.
it's sustainable. Environmentally speaking, it's sustainable. So this is much more, and I have a feeling that we'll start to see this model utilized more and more in pretty much every category, because people are going to start to realize that retail is like,
Yeah.
it's risky.
Yes.
Something like COVID happens, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
know,
Right.
we're okay. Obviously, like sales wise, everyone is affected, but as far as like manufacturing, production, things like that, you know, we're not hit like everybody else in like retail and, you know, traditional models are. So I'm really proud of
good
that.
idea.
I think that is like one of our most unique aspects.
Very cool. Very cool. I like that. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. And it's always been going on with, like you said, like the latest Jordans or Nikes that come out, and then everyone waits in line for TVs and stuff like that. Why not for this? You know?
And the thing is, you have an entire 4-week period where you can participate in the drop. You just claim your bottle, and then once it's closed, we know how many orders we have. We go to production.
Right.
Done deal. You know?
Right.
We don't
that's
have a
good.
bunch sitting in. You know, I have friends who are like, inventory management is the worst thing in life. I have products from 8 years ago still sitting in there, and it's like, you know,
Yeah, that won't
you
work
can't
with
do
this.
that.
Yeah,
You can't do that with
absolutely.
beauty. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. This was wonderful. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm happy, very happy and pleased that you agreed to meet with me.
Yeah, of course.
We met for a few minutes a couple years back
Where?
at the APS event when they were giving you an award. You were wearing a beautiful white dress.
Oh my gosh, I was so nervous at that event. I was so nervous.
Why?
I had to give a speech.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I was there. Nona, if you're watching, she was there with me. She's actually an anchor from San Francisco.
Oh,
And she
okay.
works the red carpet now here.
Oh, good.
On like a.
I think the reason I was nervous is, you know, that room is full of like, kind of like, you know, intellectuals, high profile
Yes,
people,
yes.
not just like your usual like
Yes.
crowd.
And much older too.
Older
there were
too, so
much
it's
older
like-
people there. Yeah.
Judged.
No. The only reason why they wouldn't have known you is because they just don't have social media. But that doesn't mean you weren't very worthy of the award.
Thanks.
Yeah, we did. I did meet you then, and I was like, wow, I would love to kind of pick your brain and talk to you.
Yeah.
And here we are,
Yeah.
2.5 years
Full
later.
circle.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for that.
My
and
pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, Teni John, thank you so much for having me
pleasure.
here. I'm very excited for you, and please tell our viewers where they can get Monday Born
You can purchase at mondaybornbeauty.com, and there's all the information you need about ingredients, how to use, and you can also follow us on Instagram at mondaybornbeauty.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, and until next time.